Hello dear students, today we start new model Charities and Conflict. Open your books at page 41, exercise 1. Let's start with the vocabulary. Look at the pictures with social problems. Listen and repeat.
Famine, war, poverty, homelessness, unemployment, disease, illiteracy, racial discrimination.
Now you are to listen to three people talking about the problems on the right. Which is the most serious for each person and why?
Sophie,
For me, it's the worst social problem that the world has to deal with these days. There should be a way to sort things out through discussion and compromise rather than with violence. Millions of people have died throughout history in wars, started for political reasons. And not only is it a gross waste of human life, it also rarely solves anything in the end.
Richard,
In my opinion, there is no excuse for it in today's society. There is more than enough food and resources in the world for everyone, but it is all controlled by a small percentage of the people. We see developed countries in North America and Europe that have an excess of food, a ridiculous amount of wastage, and an obesity problem. Then we see underdeveloped countries in Africa and Asia that cannot produce enough food to feed their own population, and where one drought or crop failure can be a catastrophe. It's so unfair.
Mary,
These days, too many people are living on credit and borrowing more money than they can possibly repay. They have loans and credit cards and home loans that they can't afford. Then it only takes something like a change in interest rates, illness, or even an unexpected bill to push their debt to unmanageable levels and make them lose their homes. I'm afraid that in the current economic climate, more and more people will find themselves on the streets.
Now let's check. Sophie is talking about war. She considers that it is terrible when people die. Richard is talking about farming. He tells about hunger in underdeveloped countries in Africa and Asia. And Mary is talking about homelessness and the reasons why people lose their homes.
Social problems. Many social problems in the world will not be solved unless we take action. Famine is caused when plants and animals die due to disease or lack of water. Scientists are working on solutions, such as better irrigation methods and hardier plants. There are still some wars around the world, though not so many as in the past. The UN is working to resolve conflicts inside or between nations and help them settle their differences peacefully. Over 1 billion people live in poverty. This means they often don't have enough food or a place to live. Poverty usually goes hand in hand with homelessness and unemployment. Unemployed people find it difficult to buy food or pay for a home. Millions of people live on the streets. Charities like Oxfam work with communities to teach new skills and help people become more independent. Children, babies, and older people are at a higher risk from disease, especially in poor countries. Despite the new vaccines and medicines, there is still a lot of work to be done. Teaching people to read and write will help them get out of poverty. Illiteracy stops people getting a job, which is why it is so important for everyone to be able to go to school. And it's also important that people are not treated differently because of their skin color, race, or ethnic origin. Everyone deserves the same rights and opportunities. What do you think we can do to solve these problems?
In exercise 3, You are to answer which two of these problems do you think are the most serious? What do we need to do and why? Look at the model. To me, war and famine are the most serious problems because people die. We need to stop wars so that people will have better lives. Now open your books at page 42. Going the extra mile to help. Exercise 1. Read the quote. What message does it convey? My hope is to make people realize they are capable of much more than they think. How is the quote related to the text? Before reading the text, let's get acquainted with new words. Listen to them and write down in your vocabularies.
Ankle, assistance, awareness, charity, determination, feat, get stung, honor, incredible, inspiration, objective, overcome obstacles, persist, poverty, row, solo, spotlight, sting.
Let's watch the video.
Going the extra mile to help. Do you enjoy a challenge? Are you interested in charity work? Can you climb a mountain or cycle thousands of miles to help people in need? Sometimes people are kinder and more generous than we can ever imagine. There are many young people around the world who deserve to be honoured. They have worked hard and have really gone that extra mile to help an important cause. Take Katie Spots, for example. She became the first person to row solo across the Atlantic Ocean. But breaking a record was not her only ambition. She wasn't just interested in accomplishing a personal goal. My hope is to make people realise they're capable of much more than they think, Katie says. The 22-year-old African girl rowed an incredible 4,533 kilometres from Senegal to Guyana in her 6-metre rowing boat. She did this to raise money and awareness for the Blue Planet Run Foundation. It is an organisation whose objective is to get clean drinking water to over 1 billion people worldwide. Katie rowed over 10 hours a day for 70 days and raised over $70,000 for the foundation. She hopes her feat will encourage other young people too. But Katie is not alone. There are other amazing young people out there who have overcome obstacles to help others. They have accomplished many physically difficult tasks to help a charity. An 18-year-old named Chris Albertin from Exeter, UK was really brave. He had broken his ankle so badly that the doctor said he might never walk properly again. But Chris had a dream and would do anything to make it come true. He managed to climb 6,000 metres to the top of Mount Kilimanjaro, Africa's highest mountain. He did it with 59 other students, and together they raised a total of £138,000 for Child Reach International. This is a charity that helps children and their families who live in poverty. Both Katie and Chris are a true inspiration to everyone. Our last example comes from the UK. Here, there is an 18-year-old named Luke Birch who is a bit of a local hero. He swam 33 kilometres across the cold waters of the English Channel for charity. The scary thing is that he got stung by a jellyfish. Unfortunately, the rules of the charity event didn't allow him any assistance. But he kept swimming despite the pain of the sting. He faced rough waters and windy conditions, but he persisted. Finally, he arrived in France after 14 hours. Thanks to his determination, he raised £7,885 for Macmillan Cancer Support in the UK. Some of the money also went to Planting Promise, a charity that helps build schools in Sierra Leone. Have you heard any other stories about people like Katie or Luke? Why do you think charity work is important?
And exercise 2. You are to read the text again and decide if the sentences are true or false. Let's check. Katie's only goal was to raise money for charity. It is false. She wanted to do something far more important than accomplish a personal goal. To raise money and awareness for the Blue Planet Run Foundation. She hopes her feat will encourage other young people. Katie wanted to bring the work of Blue Planet to people's attention. It is true. Chris broke his ankle while climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. It is false, because he had broken his ankle before. Luke received medical treatment after being stung by a jellyfish. It is false. Because the rules of the charity event didn't allow him any assistance, so he kept swimming despite the pain of the sting. And the last is Luke raised money for 2 causes. It is true. They are Macmillan Cancer Support in the United Kingdom and Planting Promise. In exercise 3, you are to define which heading is best describe each entry. Rowing the water, girl raises record amount for charity, crossing the channel for charity, reaching the sky for others, mountain adventure. In exercise 4, you are to imagine you are Luke being interviewed on TV. Narrate your experience to the TV viewers. Use present and past continuous forms. In exercise 5, you are to match the words. Let's check. Raise awareness, charity event, encourage people, break a record, personal goal, drinking water, overcome obstacles. Now you are to make sentences based on the text. In exercise 6, you are to complete the sentences with the words below. Now let's check. Managing to get to the moon is certainly one of the most great feats. His ambition was to break the world record, and he did it. Kairat showed great determination and managed to finish the marathon. The World Bank gives funds to help a variety of humanitarian projects. Millions of people live in poverty without clean water or electricity. His achievement was an inspiration to his family to continue what he started. In exercise 7, you are to choose the correct preposition. Let's check. We should help people in need. A lot of people live in poverty. Thanks to his determination, they raised £3,000 for charity. He brought the problem to people's attention. Exercise 8 is devoted to phrasal verb look. Look after means take care of, look into, investigate, look up, find a word in a dictionary or a phone number in a directory, and etc. Look over, examine quickly, look around, walk around and see, look back, think about an event in the past, look for, search for, look out for, pay attention. Let's check your exercise. The police are looking into theft at the museum. They think he was an inside job. You can look up the doctor's number in the phone book. Who is going to look after the children when you are away? Dave is looking for his glasses. He can't find them. He had no idea what dangers to look out for in the forest. And now you are to make sentences using the other options. Look after, look over, look around, look back, look for. In exercise 9, you are to ask and answer questions about the text. For example, what made Katie publicly known? She rode solo across the Atlantic Ocean. Where did she start her journey? Your task is exercise 10. What do you think motivated these young people to do what they did? Do you think anyone could do these things? You are to write a short paragraph.